Until recently, Europe was the heartland of automotive innovation. Names like Mercedes, BMW, and Volkswagen didn't just build cars, they built dreams on the road. Their factories were the fortress of industrial age, where the roar of engines was the soundtrack of progress. But this tale marred the mechanical past. Today, the rules of the game have changed. Now it's all about the digital. Cars now whisper, not roar, powered by electrons instead of explosions. The story takes a turn as the world shifts gear towards electric vehicles. At first glance, an EV looks much like any car from Germany, France, or Italy. But beneath the hood, or rather, the battery pack, it's an entirely different beast. These new cars aren't just about getting from A to B. They're about software, connectivity, and batteries. And this is where Europe finds itself on an unfamiliar terrain. Welcome to a story that's not just about cars, but about the evolution of an entire industry. Today we are exploring the dramatic decline of European car industry as it faces the electric vehicles revolution head-on, and how giants like Tesla and BYD are rewriting the rules. Following the victory of the Communist Party in Chinese Civil War in 1949, China's economy was centrally planned, stagnant, and inefficient. Following 30 years of fundamental reforms by 80s, eager to modernize, China opened its economy by implementing market-oriented reforms, which included allowing private enterprises, foreign investment, and decentralizing economic control. European car giants saw an opportunity in this vast, untapped market. Companies like Volkswagen, Peugeot, and Fiat were among the first formed to join ventures with Chinese state-owned enterprises. This wasn't just about selling cars, it was about transferring knowledge. European companies brought with them not just vehicles, but entire production systems, management practices, and technology benefiting from low labor costs. Through these partnerships, Chinese manufacturers learned the art of automotive production, from design to assembly. Imagine this as a master-apprentice relationship. European car makers were the masters, sharing their experience in exchange for market access. Chinese engineers worked alongside their European counterparts, absorbing modern automotive design, high-tech manufacturing techniques. So Europeans didn't just bring cars, they helped build the infrastructure around them. Fast forward a few decades, and the apprentice has become the master. Now the tables have turned. Chinese cars, all seen as imitations, are now competing head-to-head with European models. The car industry is undergoing its most significant transformation since Tom Ford's first production line in 1915. Now the progression focuses mostly on electric vehicles, or EVs. That is revolutionizing the automotive industry. Governments across the world, and especially Europe, set ambitious targets, pushing for a future free from fossil fuels. The directive was clear: go electric or go home. European brands, with their legacy engines, began their transformation. But the road was not smooth. They faced a rival from across the Atlantic. Tesla, led by Elon Musk. With its Model S and later the Model 3, Tesla didn't just enter the market, it redefined it. While European car makers were planning, Tesla was building. They opened supercharging networks, making long-distance travel in an EV feasible. Suddenly, the promise of electric was not just about being eco-friendly, it was about a lifestyle. But Tesla is not alone in this silent revolution. From the east, another giant emerged, BYD. Backed by the Chinese government, BYD wasn't just making EVs. They were making them cheaper and more accessible, and guess what? With 55% of global market share, China now alone is dominating the EV market. China provides relatively low-cost electric vehicles from manufacturers such as BYD, SAIC, BAIC, and Geely. Additionally, it is the world's biggest producer and exporter of batteries and battery components, and Chinese companies like CATL have experienced a remarkable growth in recent years. The Chinese government's strategic push towards electric vehicles, including subsidies and regulations, further empowered these companies. Chinese firms have also started acquiring European brands like Geely, purchase of Volvo, gaining more direct access to Western technology and markets. Back to Europe, and leading countries like Germany, Italy, and France seem to not be ready for the new revolution. They make traditional cars and can't adapt to the shift towards EVs because of big structural problems. Volkswagen, one of the world's leading car manufacturers, has been considering closure of factories in Germany, something unprecedented in its 87-year history. The decision is driven by the need to deepen cost cuts due to rising competition, particularly from Chinese EVs. The company has been struggling with the transition to electric vehicles, with its EV sales falling globally while the overall EV market grows. Used car companies have faced criticism for not innovating fast enough compared to competitors like Tesla and Chinese manufacturers, whose vehicles are cheaper, technologically advanced, and more appealing to modern buyers. Industrial production is no longer about traditional manufacturing, but adapting to digital era products, which rely on batteries and software for profitability. European car makers, constrained by outdated industrial structures and European resistance, struggle to innovate, leaving them lagging behind Asia and the US, who dominate the EV supply chain and software development. Asia has cornered the battery market, and America with Tesla is leading in software and the EV lifestyle. Meanwhile, European companies are trying to adapt, but their old factories are not built for this new digital era. What happens next in this tale of transformation? The European car industry is at a crossroads. To continue their legacy, they must evolve, innovate, maybe even revolutionize their very essence. It's about adopting new technologies, rethinking business models, maybe sharing the wealth with those who build these new machines. It's a story still being written, one where Europe could either reclaim its glory or become a footnote in the history of automotive evolution. And this isn't just about cars. It's about how an industry, a culture, adapts to change. What's your take on this? Will Europe's automotive giants rise to the challenge, or will they be outpaced by the new EV titans? Leave your thoughts in the comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the front lines of industrial revolution. Until next time, keep those motors, electrics or otherwise, running.